ഇപ്പോൾ ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുന്നു. തത്സമയ സംപ്രേഷണം.
Jaipur after some time. So I thought that we can all talk at the same time. So therefore, since you have come, for if you want to ask me anything, I am available.
Sir, there is a feeling among the people that there is a fight is going on between the governor and the state government. What is your response?
The role of the governor is clearly spelled out in the oath which is prescribed by the Constitution. And the oath is that I shall preserve, protect and defend the Constitution and law and shall devote myself to the service and well-being of the people of Kerala. My role there is to see that business of the government is transacted in accordance with the Constitution and the law and the rules of the business for the conduct of the business of the government. There are rules. It is not a question, yesterday I have said, be you ever so high, law is above you. I am not claiming supremacy. I am there to ensure, to see and ensure that the Constitution, letter and spirit and the law is respected, is obeyed, is followed. Now I will read out to you. This is the Rule 34, Clause 2 of the business of the government. How business of the government is to be transacted. The following classes of cases shall be submitted by the Chief Minister to the Governor before the issue of order. Before any decision is taken, these classes of cases shall be submitted by the Chief Minister to the Governor. Herein comes cases which affect the relations of the state government with the government of India, any other state government, Supreme Court and the High Court. Now, not generally, but some people may say that this is only for the submission and information of the governor. Even if we accept that, I was not even informed that government is going to Supreme Court to challenge a central law, which is none of the concern of the state government. Citizenship is exclusively a subject of the central list as specified in the Constitution. But this class of cases, this is not merely for information, because the very first subclause says proposal for the grant of pardons, reprieves, respites and remissions of punishment. Can you imagine, can you think that any person undergoing punishment can be given reprieve without the approval of the governor? No, it is not possible. The clause 7 of the Rule 2, it says all cases relating to summoning and prorogation of the legislature, dissolution of the legislative assembly, removal of disqualification of voters. Can you summon the assembly without the signatures of the governor? The classes of cases, they are specifically given under clause 2 of Rule 34, where Chief Minister is duty bound to submit these cases to the governor before issue of any order. And it includes not only matters concerning the central government and Supreme Court and High Court, it also includes summoning of the assembly. It also includes giving reprieve to those who are undergoing punishment. If they are without approval of the governor, government cannot issue an order. How in the case of the Supreme Court, government can issue an order to go to the Supreme Court without first seeking approval of the governor. If anybody, yesterday I did not call the press conference, but the press people gathered at the airport because I was coming to Delhi, And I told them, I said my job is to ensure that rules, law, and the constitution shall be followed in letter and spirit. Now you can ask the question.
Officers violate the rules of business by not showing the suit to you before filing it to Supreme Court. Is there any rules of violation by the officers?
What do I know? As far as I am concerned, the rule of business is clear. Chief Minister, the following classes of cases shall be submitted by the Chief Minister to the Governor. As far as I am concerned, it is the duty of the Chief Minister to submit these cases through whom he comes to. For instance, I will tell you, whether he comes to meet me personally to bring it to my notice, whether he sends his ministers, whether one of his official writes to my principal secretary, that is for him to decide. But as far as I am concerned, Chief Minister is duty bound under the rules to submit these cases to me before order is issued.
This is not the lapse of any officers.
I do not know. This is for the head of the government. The buck stops somewhere. This is for the head of the government. For instance, I will tell you that that ordinance about the municipal corporations and local bodies. 2 ministers came to see me. I shared my doubts with them. I said, I am expected. Last 1 week, I have cleared more than 5 ordinances. But one ordinance where I had my doubts, when they came to see me, I shared my doubts with them. The responsibility was to clear those doubts. Instead of clearing those doubts, they chose to go to the press and inform them. I did not inform anybody. So it is for them to decide what they want to do. But as far as I am concerned, I have to ensure that the constitutional machinery in the state does not collapse. That is my duty.
Sir, will you seek any report from the state government?
Report from the state?
There is no alternative for me except what you are suggesting. You have suggested, I will do that.
You will inform this particular situation.
That stage has not come so far. You have come here, and you want to know about it. Therefore, I have shared it with you. That stage, first I have to deal with this situation. It is only when I am not able to, if my advice does not work, I am not going into those details. But in one sentence, my duty is to ensure that the constitution, law and rules are followed in spirit, in letter and spirit. The constitutional machinery in the state does not collapse. That is my duty.
Sir, we see a full, what was between the state government and the centre over NPR. Now we are given to understand that today the officials from the Kerala government have attended the NPR meeting, but they will convey, like they've done in the past to the centre, that they will not be doing NPR. Do you think that's constitutional?
That is, as long as you obey the rules, there is no problem. Dissent is the essence of democracy. I have no problem. The government, opposition, any individual holding a different view on CA, NPR, or NCR, anybody is free. My only point is, in fact, yesterday I said, you can see it. I said this is much better than what they had done earlier. Although they have not they have not submitted the case to me. Yet this is better than what they did earlier, passing a resolution in the assembly. Because the rules of the assembly clearly place a bar on the legislative assembly on discussing something which does not fall in their jurisdiction. Clearly, citizenship is not the subject matter of the state list or the legislative assembly, and the rules of the assembly place a bar. I will give you an example. Ask an MP, any honorable MP, to ask a question about the status of the primary schools in his constituency in Parliament. What the reply will come? This matter relates to the state government, therefore no reply can be given. Citizenship is not an issue, is not a subject matter which falls in the category of the states. It's exclusively So my point is the money which is being spent, the time which is being taken, this money belongs to the people of Kerala. They have no right to spend money for extraneous purposes. The money should be spent for the welfare and service of the people of Kerala.
Sir, for clarification once again.
Yes.
Have you seen any report from state government regarding this?
If I can assure you, wherever I see there is any violation, wherever I see that they are departing from the rule, from the provisions of the Constitution, there is no way I shall not ask for a report. That's all I can say.
Sir, issue that has come up. Kerala has promoted tourism trade where it has projected bees in the beach.
I'm not going to discuss these things. I'm going to discuss, my responsibility is Constitution. Defending the Constitution, defending the law, defending the rules, and to ensure that the constitutional machinery does not collapse in the state. That is my job. I'm here, you need not compete with each other. I will give you full time. Yeah.
These things are leading to a constitutional deadlock in the state. So
Why you are jumping the gun? You are coming to the conclusion. Why don't you have a positive attitude that government will form itself?
accusing you of going the West Bengal governor way. What do you have to say on that?
Everybody is entitled to the views. I am quoting from the rules of business. I am quoting from the Constitution, from the law. But what people think of me, they have every right to their opinion. And I respect their opinion. I may differ with them, but I respect their right to have an opinion about me.
BJP MPs and leaders who have been praising Godse and Savage.
Is this the subject on which we are talking here? There are many other people who are saying many other absurd things. So you want me to discuss those? Is that my concern? That you should ask the BJP leaders. I am, as governor of Kerala, I am responsible for the transaction of the business of the government in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution and law and rules.
Okay, sir,
I'm
you
concerned
said the
about
breach
cases.
of constitution from the side of...
No, I have read out the rules.
What I'm asking is that you said there is no breach of constitution happened from the side of officers. That means...
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying this is for the chief minister to decide who is responsible for this breach. I'm not giving any verdict. Who am I? Chief minister is responsible according to the rules. He must submit it before me. Whether he does it himself, he does it through ministers, he does it through officers, that is for him to decide. I'm not giving any verdict about anybody.
How do you react to the CM's comment?
Are you concerned about the rising cases of love jihad? It was projected as an issue which was religious in nature, but it is being said that it is a clear law and order issue. I have taken very serious notice of what the Syrian church has said yesterday. But I was traveling when I came to know about it. And surely I expect and hope that the law enforcement agencies in the state will take cognizance of the allegation which has been made by the Syrian church.
Sir, how do you react to the CM's comment that there is no resident system in Kerala now above water?
This is exactly what he should realize. Now we are not living in the colonial period. Here nobody is supreme. The supreme is Constitution. I started with this only. Be you ever so high, law is above you. This is exactly what he is saying should reflect in his actions. One should not feel that because I am in this position, therefore I have the right to distort the rules, to act against the rules. This is what I am appealing to him to realize, that we are not living in colonial India anymore. Now it is rule of law. Every one of us. I am not above the law. I am constitutional head of the state, but I am not above the law. I am below the law. Below the law. And so is everybody else.
Sir, what you said that during the British reign, there are presidents, they are ruling the local governance, local governing bodies. Now, such a situation is not allowing in the street, that means he's indirectly hitting on you.
You mean to say indirectly? I don't want to reply to the indirect innuendos. Let him say something directly, then I will reply to that. But I will tell you that whether it is resident or it were the local people, colonial rule meant not a rule of law society. Today we have a rule of law society. Today, nobody in this country, I have already quoted the legal maxim, be you ever so high, the law is above you. Law is above him, above me, above everybody else. We all will have to follow the law, the constitution. It cannot be. The public affairs and the business of the government is not going to be run in accordance with the whims of an individual or few individuals or one political party. You have to respect the law.
So political party often make charges against governors and say that the governor's office is an extension of the Home Minister's office, which is Amit Shah and Modi's office in this.
Has anybody from the Home Ministry pointed out these rules? I'm asking you. Has anybody pointed out? So, I am my own spokesman. Nobody is a spokesman. I represent not the government, I represent President of India. Till President gave his assent to the law, I had no business to defend it. Once President gave his assent to it and it became law of the land, it becomes my duty to defend it.
The ruling system in Kerala is saying that you are playing, governor is playing politics.
They have every right. People who have, recently have you seen a statement by a senior leader? Only last week, I appointed so and so in that position because of his ethnicity. I don't want to use those names. You know what oath a minister takes? A minister takes oath, I shall do good to all manner of people without any feeling of ill will or affection. They don't give. There are many people who are not even careful about the oath which they have taken. And they are making a confession that I appointed Mr. So-and-so because of his ethnicity. Now he is open to the charge that he has violated his oath. But these people, if they expect me to violate my oath, I am not going to oblige them. They are, under the law, Indian Penal Code, there is no way you can try to intimidate or overawe either the Honorable President or the Governor. This is the law of the land. And an Honorable MP in Kerala is saying that Governor will not be able to move in Kerala. He made this statement on 1st of this month. Since 2nd, I am constantly on move. And in Cochin, I said that I assure you, I was in guest house. I said, I assure you, if he comes to block my way, once I will oblige him so that he can save his face. And I will come back to the guest house, but only once. And I am so thankful to the people of Kerala. I am telling you, I am not able to speak their language. Yet the love and affection which they shower on me, everywhere, I am deeply, and I must also make it clear, particularly to those who are not from Kerala. Please do not form any adverse impression about the people of Kerala. People of Kerala are deeply patriotic people. They are proud of their Indianness. They are not alienated from the mainstream. So because of these political activities, don't attribute them to the people of Kerala. People of Kerala are totally, these kind of things which you are witnessing in recent times, that does not really reflect the attitude of the people of Kerala. They are deeply patriotic people.
Sir, can you ask any personal explanations from the side of officers that...
Sir, to me, Chief Minister is responsible. I don't deal with the officers. Chief Minister is responsible to me. Whether, I have already clarified it, whether he comes himself, Whether his ministers come, whether the officials come, that is for him to decide. But as far as I am concerned, it is the chief minister who is responsible to me. And here it is clear violation of the business rules. No, there is no constitutional obligation on me unless, not only the constitution but the judgments of the Supreme Court clearly place a responsibility on me to apply my mind. Be satisfied that the power of ordinance is not being used for extraneous purposes. I smell that this ordinance is for some extraneous purpose. There is no way. I have already told everybody, please do not commit the mistake of treating me that I am a rubber stamp. I am not a rubber stamp.
Sir, you are moving in a way and the government is moving in another way.
I am moving in the constitutional way, and I will ensure only to an extent. The other you are talking about it. Otherwise, I have a duty to ensure that the constitutional machinery does not collapse in this state, and I will ensure that. Is that over? Thank you very much, sir. You are all very kind and very gentle. Thank you very much.
ഡൽഹിയിൽ കേരള ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസങ്ങളിൽ പറഞ്ഞ അതേ കാര്യം തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹം വീണ്ടും ആവർത്തിച്ചു. താൻ നിയമത്തിന് അതീതമായി മാത്രമാണ് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത്, താൻ ഒരിക്കലും റബ്ബർ സ്റ്റാമ്പ് അല്ല, റബ്ബർ സ്റ്റാൻഡായി പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നുവെന്ന വാദം തെറ്റാണ്. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാരിനോട് റിപ്പോർട്ട് തേടും. കൊളോണിയൽ കാലമല്ല നിലവിലുള്ളത് എന്നും കേരളീയർ ദേശസ്നേഹികളാണ് എന്നും ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. നിയമപ്രകാരമാണ് താൻ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത്, നിയമപ്രകാരമാണോ സർക്കാർ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് നോക്കുകയാണ് തന്റെ ചുമതല. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ റൂൾ ഓഫ് ബിസിനസ്സിലെ 34 ക്ലോസ് 2 ഉദ്ധരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് അദ്ദേഹം മാധ്യമങ്ങൾക്ക് മുന്നിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ പ്രതികരിച്ചത്. സുപ്രീം കോടതി ഹർജിയിൽ സർക്കാരിനോട് റിപ്പോർട്ട് തേടുമെന്നും ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ പ്രതികരിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഭരണഘടന മാനിക്കുന്നുവെന്ന് ഉറപ്പുവരുത്തും. എതിരഭിപ്രായം CAA ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിൽ തനിക്ക് യാതൊരു പ്രശ്നവുമില്ല, മറിച്ച് നിയമപരമായി ആണോ സർക്കാർ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത് എന്ന് നോക്കുകയാണ് തന്റെ ചുമതലയെന്നും ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കൂടുതൽ വിശദാംശങ്ങളുമായി നിതിൻ അംബുജൻ ചേരുകയാണ് ഡൽഹിയിൽ നിന്നും. നിതിൻ, ഇന്നലെ പറഞ്ഞ അതേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി അദ്ദേഹം ആവർത്തിച്ച് പറയുകയാണല്ലോ. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് ഇന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങൾ?
ഇന്നലെ അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യങ്ങൾ തന്നെയാണ് ഇന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം ആവർത്തിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒന്ന്, ഭരണഘടനാപരമായിട്ടാണ് താൻ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നത്, നിയമപരമായ തീരുമാനങ്ങൾ ഗവർണറെ അറിയിക്കണം, അത്തരമൊരു സമീപനം സർക്കാരിന്റെ ഭാഗത്തും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല എന്നാണ് അദ്ദേഹം മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിച്ചത്. സുപ്രീം കോടതിയെ സർക്കാർ സമീപിച്ചത് താൻ അറിയാതെയാണ്. പാർലമെന്റ് ഒരു നിയമം പാസാക്കിയപ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും സുപ്രീം കോടതിയെ സർക്കാർ സമീപിക്കുന്നതിൽ തെറ്റില്ല. പക്ഷേ അത്തരമൊരു തീരുമാനത്തിലേക്ക് കടക്കുമ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും ഭരണഘടനയുടെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന്റെ ഭരണഘടനയുടെ അധികാര നിലയിൽ താൻ അറിയണമെന്നൊരു ഒരു പ്രതികരണമാണ് ഗവർണറുടെ ഭാഗത്തും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഗവർണറുടെ ചുമതലകൾ എന്താണെന്ന് ഭരണഘടന കൃത്യമായി വ്യക്തമാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. സർക്കാർ നടപടി ഭരണഘടനാപരമാണോ എന്ന് പരിശോധിക്കലാണ് തന്റെ ചുമതല. അത്തരമൊരു ഭാഗത്തൊരു വീഴ്ച സംഭവിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ ഒരു നിലപാട് താൻ സ്വീകരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. സർക്കാരിനോട് അടിയന്തരമായി തന്നെ റിപ്പോർട്ട് തേടുമെന്നും ഗവർണർ അറിയിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുടെ ഭാഗത്ത് ഒരു പിഴവായി കാണുന്നില്ലെന്നാണ് അദ്ദേഹം വ്യക്തമാക്കിയത്. എന്നാൽ ഇതിന് ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിക്കാണ്. കഴിഞ്ഞ ഏതാണ്ട് ഒരാഴ്ചയായി ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് പ്രതികരണങ്ങൾ അദ്ദേഹം നടത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇതിൽ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടത് ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരുടെ പിഴവായി അദ്ദേഹം കാണുന്നില്ലെന്ന് ഇപ്പോൾ വ്യക്തമാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. പ്രധാനമായും ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിക്കാണ്, സർക്കാരുമായി ഒരു പോരാട്ടത്തിലില്ല. പക്ഷെങ്കിൽ ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ഒരു വിശദമായ റിപ്പോർട്ട് എന്താണ് ഈ ഒരു സംഭവത്തിൽ, ഈ ഒരു നിയമം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹർജി നൽകുന്നതിൽ സർക്കാരിന്റെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്നുണ്ടായ സംഭവം എന്ന തരത്തിലൊരു വിശദമായ റിപ്പോർട്ട് സമർപ്പിക്കണമെന്നാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ
അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞ ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരോടല്ല, തന്നോടുള്ള റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിക്കാണ്. അതായത് മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയുമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു തുറന്ന പോരിലേക്കാണോ ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാന്റെ ഈ ഒരു നിലപാട് എത്തിച്ചേരുന്നത്?
തീർച്ചയായും ഈ ഒരു ഘട്ടത്തിൽ അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ പറയേണ്ടിയിരുന്നു. കാരണം ഇന്നലെ തന്നെ മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി ഭരണഘടന വായിക്കണമെന്ന് ഗവർണറോട് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടിരുന്നു. അതായത് പേരെടുത്ത് പറയാതെയാണ് മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി അത്ര ഒരു പരാമർശം നടത്തിയത്. പക്ഷേ ഇന്ന് അവയും കൃത്യമായ ഒരു മറുപടി കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഗവർണറുടെ ചുമതലകൾ എന്താണെന്ന് ഭരണഘടനയിൽ വ്യക്തമാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. സർക്കാർ നടപടിയെല്ലാം തന്നെ ഭരണഘടനാപരമാണോ എന്ന് പരിശോധിക്കലാണ് തന്റെ ചുമതല. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ ഒരു സംഭവത്തിൽ സർക്കാരിന്റെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്നുണ്ടായ വീഴ്ചയാണ് താൻ ചൂണ്ടിക്കാട്ടിയത്. സുപ്രീം കോടതിയെ സമീപിക്കുന്നതിൽ തെറ്റില്ല, പക്ഷേ എങ്കിൽ ഇതിലൊരു കൃത്യമായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു വിവരം താൻ അറിയണം. കാരണം സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന്റെ ഭരണഘടനയുടെ ഒരു അധികാരങ്ങളിൽ താൻ ഇത് അറിയണമെന്നൊരു കാര്യമാണ് അദ്ദേഹം വ്യക്തമാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒപ്പം തന്നെ ഈ റബ്ബർ സ്റ്റാമ്പ് അല്ല എന്നുള്ളൊരു പരാമർശം അദ്ദേഹം വീണ്ടും
ശരി, അത് തന്നെയാണ്. ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ ഇപ്പോൾ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. താൻ റബ്ബർ സ്റ്റാമ്പ് അല്ല എന്ന് വീണ്ടും ആവർത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാൻ മാധ്യമങ്ങളോട് പ്രതികരിച്ചു.